Brought to you by PlayStation Vue, the new live TV service now available on your PlayStation. Over 100 channels, no annual contract. Game the system.
Hey folks, Chris Waters here on the front lines at South by Southwest, and I've been touring these booths here in this indie game area, and multiple times people have said, Chris, go play Arena Gods. Oh my God, Arena Gods, Arena Gods, Arena Gods, Arena Gods. So Mark, let's talk about Arena Gods, man. You are drawing the crowds. Why do you think that is?
I think, people just really like Carnage, and I'm just giving the people what they want.
Giving them what they want, in this case, in 4-player competitive local combat. It's a top-down view of gladiators fighting it out in the arena. But the thing here is the combat system. So what do you guys what's the feel you're aiming for? What are sort of the pillars of your combat?
I think the best way to describe it is Hotline Miami meets Zelda. So like if you're a huge Hotline Miami fan and like we love Hotline Miami, and if you play the game, you can clearly see the influence. But you look at Towerfall, and Towerfall is basically a Mario battle arena, and Mario is great, but we were always really Zelda fans. And remember there would be dueling, sort of like you'd fight the mini bosses and stuff, but we always imagined dude, what if that was another player? Like what if you could have two Links fight each other? But we never really, we got a cooperative Zelda game, but we didn't really get versus. And so for me, the dream is, and we're not quite there yet, remember the ball and chain knight that you had to fight?
Yeah.
We want you to be able to be the ball and chain knight.
All right, so let's talk ball and chain, let's talk tridents. This is a gladiatorial scene, and so weapons are in play, and they're a huge factor.
Totally. So our favorite FPS, hands down, is Quake 3. All right, Quake 3 Arena, that's our jam. That's our jam. But we also love Vanquish. A lot of people forget about Vanquish.
Can't sleep on Vanquish, man.
Dude. Don't even let me. I'm such.
Hold it in. Arena Gods.
But so the two something that's really big in both games is controlling weapon pickups and where they come from, and that's something we don't think we've nailed it yet, and we're leaning kind of more towards Vanquish in this sense. But we want it to very much be about how there's not necessarily a better weapon, but there's a best weapon per each scenario, per the context, and you can carry up to 2. So your strengths and your pros and cons, your strengths and weaknesses change on the fly based upon the weapons you have, the weapons your opponents have, and the new weapons that are coming up into the arena through the floor doors.
And they come up and they change the landscape totally. I mean, you've got spears, you've got swords, and not only can people thrust with these, can they have one in each hand or have a shield as well, but you're also throwing them around the map. And I was both the beneficiary of and the victim of throwing it out one side of the map and having it come in the other side. So really doing a lot to make this a dynamic battlefield.
For sure. I mean, when all things are said and done, our hope is that you have this game where whether you're unarmed or armed, whether you're holding a sword or somebody's severed arm, and I'm not kidding, that it's as much a game about improvisation as much as it is about, for lack of a better word, vainglory. Stabbing yourself in your own back.
I literally did that. It was embarrassing.
But our ultimate goal, though, is that we're building this as a game for gladiators, right? And that's why we love the first Batman Arkham Asylum. If you guys remember that, there have been Batman games before that, but that was the first Batman game where maybe after 5 minutes in, you were like, "I'm Batman."
Yeah.
I'm Batman, and that's exactly what we want to do. And but something that's probably most important to us is, remember, we were just talking about this earlier. Remember as a kid, that first game you play where you find the invisible wall, and it's such a disappointment.
I want to go there. Can't go there.
Can't go there. Or everything's destructible. Wait, the lamppost is not destructible. You can paint everything, but the painting. And that chipped away at us over time. And now as adults, we're cynical. Well, with Arena Gods, we have this rare opportunity where, because our universe is the arena, hence Arena Gods, we want to make sure that if it's something that you want to do within reason, we're not going to let you crap watermelons. But if it's
rude,
we'll talk. That you can do it. His head goes flying. Why can't I use that head as a weapon? Why can't I throw that head as well? Why can't I wear it? We'll probably won't let you wear the head, but
Why can't I wear the head? All right, that's too far. Your ambition It's impressive. I'm excited to see where you guys go with this. You've clearly got some great ideas in the mix, and you've clearly really dialed something in here. It's resonating with the crowds at South by Southwest. Do you have any idea of when this game might be coming out, or are we still too far from there?
To be frankly honest, earliest 2016, latest 2017.
All right, a little bit longer before you folks can be an arena god, but man, when you can, so good.